A person in a van went to change lanes. I slammed into the seat in front of me with 10,000 pounds of force.
He has a hard time catching his breath and a hard time moving sometimes.
I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder.
The initial physical issue was what felt like a really tight hamstrings.
I had a lot of physical injuries and I got a severe concussion in the accident.
We've been trying to figure out for quite a long time what was going on.
Even getting out of bed was really stiff and just starting walking during the day.
Casey was able to pretty quickly see that it actually wasn't a leg issue, but a lower back issue that I was having.
How did you feel after last time?
Fine. Felt good.
Felt good after last time?
Yeah.
Have you been doing the ankle pumps, the marches? I've always been fascinated with human movement. I remember I used to cut out pictures from magazines and glue them into a notebook.
You're standing there, left hip's behind the right, but my toe is still basically forward.
That mindset during my upbringing of work hard despite the long hours, always continue to learn, always be patient and compassionate. Those, I think, have facilitated my approach to my care today.
Think you can go back around the other way?
Yeah.
Okay.
We enjoy going and doing things together, and if he doesn't have the strength or the stamina to do it, then I lose half of my life.
Henry proposed in October.
Yeah, early October, yep.
And then we're getting married next week.
A husband and wife running a business is very unique. I think that they have a really good vision of what they want and how they want things to grow.
Life is an athletic event.
Let's treat it like one, and let's
Keep doing what you love. That's why it's our motto. We work with you and collaborate with you in order to achieve your goals.
How do I keep moving?
I've been a physical therapist in the past who have encouraged me to stop exercising.
Anybody who's been told, you should just stop doing that.
I plan on dying with a field hockey stick in my hand.
Or, running's hard on your knees. You should just start swimming or biking. And not recognizing that maybe this person has an emotional attachment to running. Henry and I are actively coached at Threshold Training, and I also do PT services out of 802 CrossFit.
We are able to take, say, somebody that has a bum knee that, we really can't put our finger on, and we can send you to Casey.
We understand the movements being done, not only from a biomechanical standpoint, but from a coaching standpoint.
We have the ability to kind of pick their brains about what are some exercises that we can do during our warm-ups and in cool downs.
People in this day and age do a lot more sitting than we have ever done. They do a lot more like weekend warrior type, like let's go hike Mount Mansfield, and maybe not prepared for it.
The healthcare community is too concerned about the small incidences or the short-term pain that comes from a shoulder injury than the long-term chronic illnesses we're getting from not moving.
In the traditional Western healthcare role, it's like, let's prescribe a drug or an injection or surgery. And as PTs, we kind of go against that and we're like, no, let's use what you have, get you out of pain, and try to just maximize your potential.
I've had a patient come in the other day where she was told, never back squat or deadlift again. That message to her was very apparent in her movement patterns. And as soon as I could change that message, then we can start to adapt her movement patterns. And there's nothing wrong pathologically with her back. She just has to learn how to move better. We take your PT plan of care and fit it within your current day or your current exercise regimen. We do concussion management, dry needling, postural restoration, and then a variety of other more generic physical therapy interventions.
My clinical focus is really in orthopedic and sports medicine, as well as chronic musculoskeletal pain.
There's no prerequisite, there's no requirements. You simply just, the first step is beginning.
Chronic musculoskeletal pain would capture individuals who maybe have been experiencing pain for longer than what they anticipated after an acute injury, pain due to another health condition that's resulted in muscular pain or joint pain, nervous system conditions that maybe have resulted in discomfort over long periods of time.
Whether you're 4 years old just playing around with a push-along toy, or you are 96 and need to be able to unload your grocery bags from the car.
We work in hospitals, we work with the military.
Soccer players, softball players, basketball players.
Sports teams, collegiate, high school, maybe even middle school at some point.
Hockey, lacrosse, CrossFitters, barbell athletes.
You can be anybody.
So my passion is really helping people understand how we can teach them to get control back over that pain, to be able to re-engage in those things that once were a part of their life but maybe aren't right now because of the pain they're experiencing.
The movement's a continuum, so we can use similar concepts for that 4-year-old, that 16-year-old, that 24-year-old, or that 96-year-old.
I think their big strength is that they listen and hear you. It's not just that they're listening. There's a difference.
Yes, we're gonna look at your musculoskeletal problems, but we're gonna have to take it from your personality and your background, because it's a person you're treating, it's not just the knee.
I really have a poor business model where I want my patient to become their own PT. So I kind of want to drive myself out of business in a sense.
I see them as like coach and coach, even though they're younger than I am.
I think Casey is a rock star human.
They are amazing, and they are so good at what they do, and they care about people being able to stay active and stay in the game of athleticism or just in everyday life.
Henry's got clearly really high problem-solving skills, so he's able to think out of the box.
They care more than any people I know.
I saw her in January of 2018 and through April of 2018, and by March I was stronger than I ever had in years.
If I get them on a table or I put them in a different position and they realize that all of a sudden they can pick up the piece of paper from the floor because they're not afraid to move because their low back hurts.
That's how Henry and myself view each other, as helpers.
You're gonna go through this 2 times.
Not necessarily as somebody who's gonna tell you exactly what to do, but more like a trail guide. We'll help you get to the summit. We'll kind of tell you where you should look, but we're not gonna grab your head and make you look at the beautiful scene. You know, we just wanna help guide you there.
I feel better about myself.
It's honestly changed my life. I just have done things I never thought I could do physically.
It's giving me my life back that was taken from me.
For the last 3 years, he would have to take 2 days to mow the 2 small camp lots. He can now mow the whole 2 lots at one time and added a neighbor's lot on the last time.
I remember this workout where we had to do all of these burpees over bar within a certain time frame. I literally completed my last burpee with 1 second left on the clock, and everybody else had completed, and they were standing around me, and Casey is on the ground and she's got her clipboard and she's looking right in my face and she's like, keep going, you're going to do it, you're gonna complete this, you've got this, just keep going, get up, do another one. And the buzzer went off and I had finished, and I thought, I wanna do it again.